Boom. The 2021 NFL League year officially kicked off this last week with a flurry of moves. There's a lot of news happening in the NFL this week, and a lot of that news has impacted several rookie cards. So the football card market continues to grow right before our eyes, guys. It's very fluid. It's very fluid, as you can see on a daily basis. So I'm going to share with you all the sales I've made in tonight's live stream. And because we are live, I want you guys to hop in the chat and help me spin this balance, right? And there's also some other big news going on right now that we need to talk about that's certainly going to impact the football card market. Maybe an alternative market to football cards we might want to dive into a little bit. We'll talk about that. So let's dig in. As always, I'm your host, Andy Kaysen, AC. Let's see what we got in the house already. Beastie Braden already loaded up and waiting. Hey, by the way, I got a little bit additional setup. I got a couple monitors set up tonight. You know, I'm trying to up my technology game a little bit. That way I can see what you guys are putting in the chat as we're also sharing the screen. And boom. Happy belated St. Patty's Day. I think I'm like 60% Irish. So, you know, big holiday, but, you know, with the kids and all, we don't celebrate too crazy. Let's see. We got Beastie Braden in the house. Raven Invest. What's going on? Sean, Skyler, Shane. You guys are early, man. This is awesome, man. You guys are ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your beer. Let's do it. Close. Voodoo Rage, Lenny. Let's dig in. Yes, Michael Ham. Yo, Andy. I'm good, man. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's had a great week. Wesley Merritt. What's going on, brother? Cheers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Get your beer out of the. It's Friday night. Come on, man. It's Friday night. There's a lot of big news. Let's go ahead and dig right into it. I'm going to show you a little bit of new format here. I'm going to throw up the screen like this and keep the screen big because this is the first thing I want to talk about, guys. What the hell is this? Deshaun Watson now alleged of sexual assault on 12 counts. Earlier it was 4 this week, then it was 7, now it's 12. And I mean, I've seen live interviews from this guy. I've seen him. I just don't buy I'm not buying the story. I just find it all too convenient that this is the kickoff week of trades and free agency, and one of the biggest quarterbacks in the league potentially, demanding a trade, now all of a sudden has all these allegations against him, and they're all civil lawsuits. None of them are criminal. They all want money. And now it's up to 12. Like, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, do you think are these girls just out for the money, or have they been directed to file these lawsuits against him by the front office of the Houston Texans, right? Have the front office of the Houston Texans like, all right, Deshaun, we're going to get you. Because all these women are working at spas and massage parlors that are local in Houston. It's like, are the front office of Houston telling these ladies to come and, sue him so that it puts him in a bind? Other teams aren't going to want him now because he could potentially have all these lawsuits against him, all this scandalous stuff going on. Now he's stuck in Houston. I don't know. Super shady to me. I think the consensus is pretty much the same. Right on. Yeah, I totally. It's BS. It don't add up. Lenny, I think Watson assaulted. Hashtag me too, right? Okay. So, other thing I want to talk about, did you guys see that? All right, so Patrick Mahomes, first it was Gronk. Gronk got offered, hey, Gronk, let us develop you an NFT, a non-fungible token, just like an NBA Top Shots. You can sell your best moments. We're going to tether a serial number. Just kind of like I heard Gary Vee explain it like a video game skin or a video game avatar that you purchase that's custom to you, that only you own, that actually comes with a serial number, a tender ID that has tangible, if you will, technological, electronically tangible asset value to it. So then you could sell that and trade it with other people, just like NBA Top Shots, right? Well, Gronk came out with one. Patrick Mahomes followed suit. I don't know who was first there, but they were kind of simultaneously. And then the NFL stepped in and they're like, wait a minute, guys. Nobody go out and get your own NFTs. They stepped in and said, we're going to be releasing as a league our own Top Shot variation, crypto, blockchain. You guys get the sense. Yeah. I mean, the reason why I think that there's money to be made very short term, like if you can get in super early, just like if you can buy, retail sealed football cards at the store right now, you're guaranteed to make money. And if you can get into these NFTs super early, I guarantee you there's going to be impulsive tech junkies that come, just like these guys that are buying this NBA Top Shot stuff at super premium. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars for these NBA Top Shot moments. There's guys like that that are going to do that for NFL. And if you can get in super early, then I feel comfortable being able to make a nice profit. But it's not something that like I'm looking to sink, my mortgage payment or like a big term. I'd rather have a Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, any vintage football card, I'd rather have a Deshaun Watson PSA 10, obviously if these allegations are true, it would really hurt his rookie cards, but I don't think they are. So I think, something like that. Brad totally distracted me. He totally misses. He misses Mitch Trubisky already. What? You got Andy Dalton now, man. So that's a big move this week. Mitch Trubisky to the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. He becomes one of the premium backups in the league. And if you look at Starstock, I was going to see, does that have an impact on Josh Allen? Like that shows confidence in Josh Allen. But I think Buffalo is a really good backup spot for Mitch Trubisky. I mean, Josh Allen was not very accurate of a passer in his first year in the league, and they really coached him up this last year. Absolutely incredible, right? So could they do that same thing with Mitch Trubisky in the event that Josh Allen goes down? Do we see a new Trubisky? Just looking at Josh Allen cards, it kind of consistently trending upwards here. PSA 10, $300 here in early March. Looking at a PSA 9, same thing, right under 150. The Starstock A's right here, the purple, 85, March 15th. That's extreme premium for a base Donruss paper cardboard card. But right now, he's one of the top elite quarterbacks in the leagues. And you look at Mitch Trubisky for his paper-based Donruss card. I mean, you get a PSA 10 for for half of what a raw card of that, costs in the league. And so that there hasn't been any activity on the PSA 10 since January. The Starstock A, you're looking at $5 here recently. People are going to continue to take that little gamble on him. But I digress from him. But that is the first kind of team on the block because the Buffalo Bills did incredible here this first week of free agency, guys. They essentially traded John Brown for Emmanuel Sanders. I think Emmanuel Sanders is a little bit better route runner. He's got a little bit better experience and resume. Emmanuel Sanders is fairly high up on the Hall of Fame market list. And with him signing a one-year contract in Buffalo, that just goes to show you how much they want to win. They are so close. They also made moves with their defense. Their number one linebacker, Matt Milano, big contract there for him. They also brought back some offensive tackles. So the Bills making good moves this week. And you can see that their card prices are essentially going to continue to trend upward. I don't know if Emmanuel Sanders really has an impact on Gabriel Davis. Certainly he's not going to have an impact on Stefan Diggs. Stefan Diggs is going to continue to be his alpha there in Buffalo. And if you see a dip in Stefan Diggs prices at some point this offseason, grab them. Seriously. I was grabbing them. I saw a dip in them during the regular season, like in October. And look at what they're at now, $40. That B at 10, like B at 10, I'm gonna actually consider buying that. If they're accepting that offer at 9, that's not a bad deal. Compared to what they are at on eBay, Starstock 8 graded. We don't have any graded variations here. It's kind of looking at that chart. It's kind of flattened out a bit. But you see what's incredible? Stefan Diggs, one of the elite wide receivers, before coming to Buffalo, by the way, started the year at 16. That was because of the uncertainty around what he was going to be doing in Buffalo and Josh Allen. Josh Allen be able to connect with him, right? $16 didn't really move until Buffalo was like, all right, Buffalo's the freaking team, right? They're going to make a run for it. They're going to be in the championship game with Kansas City, and they did. And that car just started climbing to the playoffs. $58 there. The championship, it's kind of flattened out, but $40. If you look where I was buying them back in October for this $15, $17 price range, I sold around here for that on that upswing. But if they dip back down, here, I would love to buy them in that $20 range. But I want to look at Gabriel Davis and kind of see if that's had any impact on his rookie cards. I would say, if anything, Gabriel Davis really kind of flattens out as well. I mean, this guy was really a sleeper 2020 rookie. He had a nice little, he's really good on the perimeter. He's got very good feet, body awareness. So when he's on the perimeter, he's got really good hands, staying in bounds, catching the ball. There's just so many mosaics. I really want to focus on something that's got a high liquidity. And right now, unfortunately, the card that's shiny and it's got the most liquidity for most 2020 rookies on Starstock is Mosaic. But I feel like Mosaic is gotten lost in the shuffle amongst Optic, amongst Prism, and now Select, being released in retail, hobby and retail right now. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other sets coming out. If you guys watched my recent video, you got big name sets coming out. I see the chat popping off. What's up, Sean Lane? Troy Cantel. Michael Thomas. We'll definitely look at Michael Thomas. So yeah, Jameis Winston signed the 1-year extension with the Saints. I appreciate you guys. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike Ham. So, yeah, his cards haven't really moved. So let's move on from that. He's a buy. We'll see what happens. I think his prices will pretty much flatten out and stay this way for the remainder of the off season, because there's going to be that uncertainty there between him and Emmanuel Sanders and how that target share is going to shake out. Let's digress. Let's exit out of this. Of course, there's going to be like ads and all kinds of spam on the website that has lawyers says lawsuit against Houston. Deshaun Watson increases to 12 now. 12 guys, just afternoon. Hey, yeah, by the way, he harassed me too. It was all massage parlor women saying that he exposed himself and he touched them with his genitals. And it's just like, come on, really? It's all civil. Like, you guys just want, it's pretty obvious. Like, you guys want money. And it's just so convenient on the first week, after he's been demanding a trade for months now. The first week, all this stuff pops up. Anyway, sorry. I just kind of, that's like, I feel bad for Deshaun Watson, honestly, I think. I really don't. Anyways, I shouldn't be getting the Miami Dolphins. I think Miami Dolphins right here really solidified themselves. Okay, Tua's going to be our starter. And they picked up Will Fuller from the Texans, right? And so this Will Fuller, right? Incredible athletic profile, just couldn't stay healthy. This last year, he finally cut his dreads. He stayed healthy. What happened? He got popped for performance-enhancing drugs, like halfway through the season or 2/3 through the season. And I'm glad he's getting a chance in Miami. I think this is going to be a very good sign for Tua. If Tua cards have not gone up, I know we talked about them. I kind of made a couple posts. I feel this information is very important, very valuable to share with you guys. I'm going to keep it to myself. I don't have enough money to buy all these cards, right? So look at Tua cards. Okay, Starstock A's, but yeah, there's such a limited supply on Starstock of the Prism. I like that little graphic, by the way. Something else I want to talk about Starstock tonight is what they've done. They've allowed you to share your collection publicly, which shout out to Basement Sports Cars. George over at Basement Sports Cars. I saw him mention that on a story earlier. I saw a tweet from Starstock. So I think that is pretty cool feature that I'm going to look at while I'm here with you guys. Um, but for example, let's just go into his mosaic. Either his mosaic or his base donruss. I think it's going to be pretty similar though. It really kind of flattened out. I mean, 351 Star Stock B. People aren't wanting to pay up for that mosaic, that Star Stock A mosaic. That's March 11th. I mean, that's not what I would have expected. Will Fuller didn't really help him out. I like to click into his name here. 317 trades. Star Stock A, $20. I mean, you can see that Star Stock A of the base rated rookie cardboard card. No shiny on this card. There's no shiny on this card. I guess you could say there's a little bit of shiny on the little Donruss logo right there, but that's it. Otherwise, we're talking cardboard, base cardboard. But it's got that rated rookie logo, right? We love that. I love that. I really do. So honestly, I mean, there's a part of me that's like Mosaic's 2020 baby, COVID baby set. It's going to be around. They did big in basketball, but then a part of me is like, nah, tried and true, rated rookie. Let's go. So PSA 10, Star Stock A, 94 in the vault, 20 for sale from 20. There's still at 2350. I have a feeling that so many people have gotten access to base donruss, retail product, or complete sets like I did. If you can find it, you could have found a complete set of donruss in retail for I think I paid $39.99 for the complete set. You know, I think I ended up tripling my money off of that. And then we're talking this was back towards the end of last year. If I would have held it, sold it now, like some of these guys suggested I do, I would have made even more money. That's okay. It's all good. We live and we learn, man. We go, hey, I share my successes and my failures. The Star Stock A, March 17th. This card is moving. March 17th. It's 2 days ago. PSA 10, someone grabbed it for 165. Star Stock A for 20. Okay, he's kind of flat. He's still a buy opportunity right now, honestly, because if you compare him to what Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts, I want to pop back over to the free agency and kind of keep going through this, and we'll look at those guys as we go instead of comparing them. We're talking about Jalen Hurts now over here. What's up, Samuel's Views? Tua is so cheap, been picking up optic color for the low. Sean, comment, what is the low, brother? What are you picking up that for? On eBay, I'm guessing? Oh, there you go, lawyer's friend. Thoughts on Jalen Hurts? Dude, Beastie Braden. Jalen Hurts is my favorite 2020 rookie quarterback, even more so than Herbert. From a card investment standpoint, okay? Herbert's got an incredible deep ball. Dude, I think Herbert he's going to be elite for a long time. But I also think Jalen Hurts is, because Jalen Hurts has got the combination of running, the mobility, and the athleticism with being able to pass. All right. So I'm very excited about both of those. But those guys are very, and you're like, what about Joe Burrow? Tua? I like those guys too, but I love the system, the opportunity that they're going to have with their teams. Unfortunately for Joe Burrow, it doesn't look like Cincinnati's really going to invest what they need to invest in the offensive line. And it just really makes me nervous for him, honestly, dude. Honestly, I feel terrible for that guy. Like, but Tua, I think is a very good pickup, very good investment point, and he's that guy that's got pinpoint accuracy going all the way back to high school. He's just not the biggest dude. He's had an injury, fairly major injury in college, so that's kind of lingering over him, which is a kind of a reason why people haven't bought more of his rookie cards, right? They just don't know what's going to happen. But he's going to have a ton of hype going into the season. He can't get hurt till September, right? I know, right? There's a freak thing that he could possibly get hurt in practice, but that's more of the skill position guys and the defensive guys getting hurt in practice because they are, playing full contact. But they're not gonna put a hit on Tua in practice. Okay, let's put it that way. So he's gonna be hyped big time going into September, and he's the lowest out of the four of them. That's a buy all day. And then, especially with the Dolphins picking up the number 3 overall pick in the draft, getting the biggest, baddest offensive tackle. If they don't go Penei Sewell from Oregon, big offensive tackle, they're probably, I think they are probably going to pick the running back from Alabama. I just freaking totally slipping my name, but because Najee Harris from Alabama. But I could see that looks like a lot of offensive tackles. Yeah, honestly, I trust this dude's judgment. Scott Smith, he's been voted the most accurate mock drafter for the last couple years. Highly recommended from my buddy Carter Bryant over at Power Hour LSU. Covers college football professionally, and this is his revision number 2 for the draft. And the crazy thing about this year's draft is all the scouts haven't been able to go to the combine and interact with each other and talk about who each other's team is picking and targeting and scouting, so they can kind of scout their picks and stuff. They've actually having to put in their own homework, study the film, study the athleticism reports that they have from college, and formulate their own conclusion. So I think the draft is going to be kind of wonky this year, but you just got to look at the teams that are always in the final runnings at every year. They always have badass offensive tackles. I mean, look at the Bucks. Tristan Wirfs, absolute stud. You don't want to pass up on a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? What is up, Gaming God? Jackson, how do you feel we won't see a 2021 NFL rookie card on Starstock until Donruss comes out because they don't accept Prism draft? Oh, dropping the knowledge bombs, brother. That's news to me. I did not know Starstock was no longer accepting Prism draft picks. So that is news. So you're saying if I go here to send in cards on Starstock, NFL, Prism, Optics, Select, Mosaic, Donruss, Topps, Bowman, 2015 earlier, National Treasures, Origins, Immaculate. Interesting. Yeah, there is no more draft picks on there. There's no more draft picks. No more draft picks for basketball either? Nope. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Unless it's autographed, right? Is there an exception for autographed cards? Because they are a Panini product. They still have that? I don't see it. I would imagine they have that exception for autographs. Or do they really just want to focus on the most liquid cards? Interesting. I don't see it, honestly. Yeah, so it's something that I would just email them about. Interesting. Yeah. Draft picks is low end. But it was a set that you could flip. Like last year, you could have done well if you bought draft picks early, like before the season, and then flipped them before Donruss and Mosaic and everything else got into the system. There you go. Well, that's what I'm glad I got you guys, man. I can only keep up with so much. It's a matter of time before I found out. That's why I do these, man. Stop accepting back in February. Wow. So there you go, guys. All right. Take out Origins. Why? Sean Lane says take out Origins. I think some of the numbered RPAs of Origins, that really like kind of mystique background with the smoke and the stuff, it looks pretty cool. But I digress. Okay, very interesting little tidbit there. Thank you for sharing, Jackson. By the way, Jackson, email me, brother, so I can send you those packs, the value pack. I might just do another giveaway tonight. Actually, I will. So, the New England Patriots. So, you guys, all right, New England Patriots. This is a fun team to talk about because, right, they're one of the biggest market teams in the NFL. And we got Nelson Aguilar. The Raiders did terrible, by the way, week one. They lost like two of their offensive tackles. Nelson Aguilar. They signed Kenyon Drake. Like, what really? What? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're a Las Vegas Raiders fan. I feel bad for you. You know, it's almost as bad as the Bears, but not quite. Messing with you, Brad. Um, so yeah, Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar played really well for the Raiders last year. You know, so he's got a 2-year deal. They also picked up two big tight ends. Jonnu Smith, who's an absolute stud. I've showed his player profile before on here, but Jonnu Smith, the absolute stud. Hunter Henry is another absolute stud. And Patriots signed both. So it's like, wait a minute. But they still got Cam Newton. They also extended Cam Newton's contract another year. So it's like, what are they up to? But if you look at it, where the Patriots are drafting this year, number 15 in the first round. And the quarterback position is very deep this year. And a lot of teams need those supporting positions, offensive tackles, wide receivers, and there's some big names in the draft around those guys. There's also a lot of very good quarterbacks coming out of the draft. But the Patriots are drafting 15th, which is a perfect landing spot for one Mac Jones out of Alabama. I love this guy because he's slipping all the way to 15 when he should be a lot higher in a lot of people's opinion. In my opinion, watching him at the Senior Bowl, watching him in his final year at Alabama, how he was able to command that offense and really you become a leader. I mean, guys, that's a lot of look at what Tom Brady has done in his career just by being a leader and commanding the offense and that intangible asset. That's why I bought that shirt of Tom Brady in his draft picture where he's skinny, scrawny, right? And that was the big knock on him. Like he's not fast, he's not athletic, but he's accurate. He doesn't have a super strong arm, but he can throw the ball, still throw the ball 50 yards, and he's accurate and he makes really good decisions. He doesn't screw up in the most pressured situations. That's when he tends to shine, right? And that's when you win more than you lose. And I think the Patriots are gearing themselves up to draft Mac Jones, and a rookie quarterback's best friend is the tight end. And now they've got Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry and Nelson Aguilar, who's now a veteran wide receiver. So this is setting up perfectly. And it's like Cam Newton's probably going to be on a very tight leash. And I would not be surprised Mac Jones rookie cards get very underpriced out of the gate in September. Buy, guys. I'm going to be buying him like crazy because I have a very strong feeling he's going to get a starting chance in 2021 and he's going to shine. He's going to be good. Um, that would be wild. That would be even wilder, and it's a possibility. Another knowledge bomb. Wesley Merritt, what's up, bro? He's a homegrown Tampa boy, Nelson Aguilar. That's super cool. Where did he go to high school here? Really cool. I didn't know that. It's awesome. I have some Nelson Aguilar cards, and you can see on Starstock. Let's pull up Nelson Aguilar because actually, let me just go to my activity and show you guys. Those are my offers, listing, buy. I just want to show you guys. I'll start off with showing you guys what I sold. Chase Edmonds, Starstock B, 39, Starstock B, 39. I was like, wait a minute, do I have more Chase? I remember a time last year when I bought quite a few Chase Edmonds, and now that Kenyon Drake has left, Chase Edmonds is, supposedly their lead running back, right? But he's really not built to be a lead running back. He's got very good receiving skills, all-purpose skill set, but he's not have the size, the athleticism, or the resume from college to show that he is an elite running back. But I do think that Chase Edmonds is one of those guys that is very dynamic. Let's see. Oh, I put an E. A U instead of an O. Juju Smith-Schuster re-signed with Pittsburgh. I think it was a two-year extension. '19 rookie. There you go. Chase Edmonds. See, I like it. I like the agility. I like the 40-yard dash is not bad. I think he may be even a little faster than that. But you see his comparable, Dion Lewis, and we know exactly what Dion Lewis does. But he's 5'9", 205, guys. So still under the age apex. So I think he's a decent buy. But to say that his cards are going to be really go up big time, I wouldn't put my money on it, which is why I have one of one Starstock A. I've listed at $13.99. I sold the B that I think I bought that off of Beckett a while back, but I wouldn't expect. I expect the Cardinals to pick up somebody else either in free agency or in the draft that is going to be a complementary role to Chase Edmonds. No, but you know who has been talking to the Ravens, and that's Kenny Golladay. Sean, you should be excited, man. Kenny Golladay has been in the latest rumors from today were that Kenny Golladay is now talking to the Ravens, and he's like one of the big guys left on the board that hasn't been taken is Kenny Golladay. But talking about Chase Edmonds and then Marlon Mack, right? So I was like, what happened with Marlon Mack? And because I was buying his cars very cheap. Now you see this 515 sell for $6. I actually bought a bushel of Marlon Macks for much lower than 515. It was like around that $2.50, $5.50. I bought one for 515. But instead of them selling the ones for 250, they sold the ones for 515, which doesn't really matter, I guess. The profits all going back to the same pocket. But just to give you guys an idea, I thought the profit margin on that, I think as an average, is a little bit better. Robert Woods, Starstock A for $3.99. His prices are going to continue, I think, to trend upward. It's like Robert Woods, veteran wide receiver now, but very good route runner, very good hands, just a very good professional wide receiver. Now he's got Matt Stafford. There's hype there. There's refreshed hype, even though Matt Stafford in a lot of ways is very similar to Jared Goff, in my opinion. But look at Gardner Minshew popping off. Finally, Gardner Minshew prices are going up. Gardner Minshew prices are, I don't know why. I guess it's because of the rumors that Gardner Minshew is going to be traded because of Trevor Lawrence coming in. It's almost like a given that Jacksonville is going to draft Trevor Lawrence. How could they possibly pass up on the Peyton Manning protege, right? Even though at the end of the day, 3 years from now, we may be looking back and saying Mac Jones was the number one. Who knows? Zach Ertz was popping off. Zach Ertz was traded. Zach Ertz is now where I'm going to leave it on this screen. Lot of. What are you guys doing up there in Baltimore? Yeah. Okay. Bengals re-signed Brandon Allen. They may need him. They got rid of Ryan Finley, traded Ryan Finley. The Browns, Shad Higgins, JoJo Watson, Cody Parkey. The Steelers, you saw that 1 year. Okay, it was a 1 year deal worth $8 million for Juju. Other than that, they lost Bud Dupree. The Texans, yeah, we know they're joking around over there. They did sign Tyrod Taylor, so it's like, okay, there's where Ryan Finley went. So Ryan Finley was traded from Cincinnati, the Bengals, and they also picked up Tyrod Taylor. So they're stacking up at backup quarterbacks behind Deshaun, but they're trying to keep him. They're doing all they can with the lawsuits to try and keep him. Mark Ingram signed a 1 year deal, joined David Johnson, that kind of veteran running back corpse there. I wouldn't really spend too much money investing in them. We all know about Carson Wentz. Marlon Mack re-signing. Oh, okay, that's news. Marlon Mack re-signing a 1-year, $2 million contract. So he's back on the Colts for 2021. In a lot of ways, I like that. I mean, I think it's going to balance out with Jonathan Taylor, but I think Marlon Mack cards are going to go up. You've been buying a lot of Jonathan Taylor. Certainly going to be a lot of hype there. Indianapolis has an elite offensive line. Now they're going to have Carson Wentz, and they're going to be even more potent in the passing game than Phillip Rivers was. That's for sure. So I like Marlon Mack signing one. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think his rookie cards are going to go crazy now, but yeah, I just saw that. Philip Lindsay to the Texans. I like J.K. Dobbins. CeeDee Lamb. Oh, yeah, dude. CeeDee Lamb. The thing is, though, if you look at CeeDee Lamb and you look at Amari Cooper, I think Amari Cooper is still going to be the alpha, the quote-unquote alpha in Dallas. If you just look at their target share, and it's kind of hard to say. We didn't have a full season with Dak and CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper is a much bigger physical wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb plays a very good X factor. You move him around. He's versatile. He's very fast, very good hands, right? But I think Amari Cooper is still going to be that alpha outside wide receiver, and he's still under the age apex. And I think him and CeeDee Lamb are going to be very, split down the middle. So if you find an Amari Cooper rookie card at half of what a CeeDee Lamb rookie card is trading at on a comparable set, then honestly, I think that's a buy. I'm actually going to look at that right now because if that's the case, I want to buy some Amari Cooper because there's going to be hype. There's going to be hype. It doesn't even really matter how they pan out. Tops, that's base tops, so we definitely want to look at something chrome. So tops chrome is 7, but he's got a prism. Wow, okay. 2015 prism. Starstock A for $11. PSA 950, A9 for $14.50. Let's pull up and see. So 2 at 14, 1 at 15. Kind of goes up incrementally, which is smart. If you're holding a bunch of these, why not list them up incrementally? Of course, try and have them for sale before this kind of news happens of signings and trades, because then you'll capture that attention of that impulsive buyer that hears the news and then goes out and they'll pay, upwards with that premium baked in just impulsively. There's certainly a group of people and probably don't watch this channel, which maybe they do because I've been guilty of that myself in the past. And I've gotten tremendously leaps and bounds better whenever I realized I did it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I still have that card, right? I'd say a prime example of that is Alex Smith. I saw him step, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it was Sunday during the game. Saw him step on the field. I was thinking there was going to be a lot of hype there. I ran to ComC, grabbed PSA 9 Topps Chrome Alex Smith for $30 or $40, thinking that was a good buy. Well, I've still got it. It was after 3 plays, we realized Alex Smith was still a dink and dunk guy, and he really wasn't really going to make any waves. Stuck with that card. Nobody really wants to kind of target that kind of player. Very few people. There's certainly going to be collectors, right, that value the card just as much as the player. And, if you go way back and you played a lot of fantasy football, there were years where Alex Smith was a very consistent fantasy quarterback. That's part of the reason why I love Frank Gore so much. He's never been flashy, but there were years for me in the early 2010, 2011, 2012 where Frank Gore was a stud on my fantasy team. And every week he put up 15 points. And he was an asset to me. So I like this chart. I'm kind of look at it here. Back in September, Starstock A was at $20. Now it's right under 12. You can get that around $10. Why not? I mean, yeah, of course you could have got it super low, but this is where I'm like, okay, can I go to eBay and find it for $4 or $5? Probably. We may go down that rabbit hole here in just a minute. Let me leave him up while I go to the marketplace and look at CeeDee Lamb. Of course, the prism is going to be hard to compare because of the limited supply there is on Starstock. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. Been picking up Calvin Ridley. I like the Calvin Ridley because I haven't been hearing anybody talk about Calvin Ridley, including myself. So I like Calvin Ridley as a buy. Cortland Sutton is another guy I've had in the back of my mind because he is a true alpha in Denver, a very good complementary role. I like to compare Cortland Sutton to Amari Cooper. Cortland Sutton is to Jerry Jeudy what Amari Cooper is to CeeDee Lamb. Difference between a Starstock A and a B, very, very small difference. It's like the difference between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9. Except that Starstock, they are grading cards at a very fast rate. They're trying to input tremendous amount of cards into their inventory on a daily basis. The CEO said it openly several times. They're only spending a few seconds per card. PSA graders spending more than that. I don't know the exact amount of time they're spending on that card, but I would guess in the range of a few minutes, at least 10 to 15 minutes, examining it under one of those magnifying glass with the light, gloves, the whole 9 yards. Now, Starstock is using good lighting. Now that you can follow the Starstock vault, you can actually kind of get a little bit of behind the scenes of what they're doing there. But they're using good lighting. They're using a nice, like, fine cloth, black cloth background so you can really see imperfections in the card. The card stands out, but they're only spending a few seconds on that card, registering it in the inventory. If they see any blemish at all, so this could be, think of the 4 criteria. They're looking for any blemishes on the corners, boom. Any blemishes on the edges, boom. Any blemishes on the surface, boom. Any blemishes in the centering, boom. They're going to mark that a B. If they see anything just kind of remotely off to their naked eye in that few seconds they're spending grading it, they're marking it a B. So the percentage has been 60%. I think that's fair to say. Would you guys agree that roughly 60% has come out of Starstock B? Space. So the cards that I would submit to Starstock now are the cards that grade the best, the easiest, right? Like a base Donruss. I feel that card is a very good, very easy card to grade with the naked eye. Mosaic is a very difficult card to grade with the naked eye. There's many issues with Mosaic and the surface and the edges. So I would say that your Mosaics are going to tend to grade a B more often. Could be a potential same thing with the prism because I felt that there's so many prisms that have not been centered right, and they're definitely going to look at that, right? Excuse me. This is why it's good. We're in a virtual environment because you can't smell the onions that I had in my tacos earlier. This is good. But you can see here, CeeDee Lamb. Okay, Starstock A, 729, 29, $30. That's elevated. That's like Justin Jefferson prices. Justin Jefferson maybe around that, should be around that. But you see his Mosaic is right around that same price as the base Donruss rated rookie. And that's about what I expect. The canvas, double that. I'd rather, and I think a lot of other people would as well, have that canvas rated rookie over the Mosaic right now. So when I see, even though the limited supply is a rookie, we got to look at the potential of this card. And we can see here, this is only going back to January, but still $45 for Starstock A. That was when supply was very limited. But there's going to be a ton of hype around this guy. And if you compare him to other elite wide receivers in the NFL, that's going to be about right in that $30 to $50 for a raw prism that looks to be mint condition, elite, top 5, top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. That's what you're looking to pay. That's what you're going to be roughly paying. And so I feel that Amari Cooper has a chance to definitely go up. Totally feel that all day. And let's see what a silver be. So, like, honestly, I'm gonna put in some offers here, but he's a guy that I would then go over. Uh, I'll put in 2 offers. I'll pay $12 for him. Starstock A Prism. Put in a couple offers there. All right. What the Jacksonville? Oh, lights went out. Well, actually, this camera's pretty good because I didn't really change much of the viewing experience. Well, a little bit more reflection. I guess that thing shut off the power. Give me 1 second, guys. Yo! Welcome back to the quest. What's going on in the comments? Send me. I'll see the video. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to plug back in my lights. And yeah, after dark, it was about to get crazy, man. I had to pick one QB that would ball out next year. That's undervalued. Well, I've been buying a lot of Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is going to ball out, and just based on his price point, I can't resist. Kyler Murray may still be a little bit underpriced. He's got an elite athleticism. Also, look at Jalen Hurts. Until his prices equal Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert's, I would feel fine. Keep buying Jalen Hurts. Matt Stafford. Sumo Swag says Matt Stafford. There's a chance, man, but I mean, Matt Stafford's not really that mobile. I think some people think he's super mobile, but he's really not that athletic. And he's getting more and more injury prone. Like, he's getting up there. Right? He's not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I'm saying? Um, but there's a lot of guys. Like, I still like, honestly, if you find that Ryan Tannehill's cards get super cheap, I wouldn't mind buying some more Ryan Tannehill prisms, that 2012 prism. Another guy, Derek Carr, even though they did terrible in their first week of free agency with losing their tackles and Nelson Aguilar and stuff, they're obviously going to try and make up for that in the draft and elsewhere in this offseason. He's another guy that if the price is right, if you can't refuse the price, and it's like he's going to ball out to a level to where you could at least double or triple your money off that rookie card, then why not go ahead and buy some? Like, and Jordan Love, that's another great. Yo, what's up from Australia? Next, it's tomorrow morning over there, so you're probably drinking coffee, man. Early morning. What's up, Zach? Winston. There you go. That's a high possibility. I just don't know. I guarantee you, Winston. Let's just look at that real quick because he was definitely a big move. Yeah, man. Oh, look how high his rookie cards have gotten now. $54. Jeez. $52 on the Starstock A. Look at that chart. That's old Jameis Crab Fingers Winston right there. $54. Tuesday, someone popped off a 50 and a 54 on 2 Starstock A's. Other than that, you really, looking at going to eBay. I'll keep doing Starstock, but I mean, it's a fun game, and certainly a way that you can make money off of the most liquid base cards, and obviously their parallels within. But Cash is Winston there, not doing too good. Yeah, I know Sean Lane's excited about Winston. Wow, man, that's super cheap. Super cheap. Tennessee. What has Tennessee been up to this week? Did I skip? Yeah, the Jags made a bunch of moves, but nothing really stands out. I mean, they re-signed a bunch of guys. They're really in a rebuilding phase. They're really trying to. I like that Shaquille Griffin. That Shaquille Griffin right there signing a 3-year, $44.5 million deal with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's really trying to beef up their defense there, get that back into form from years past. That's certainly going to help out them really kind of turning around in 2021 with Trevor Lawrence there. Tennessee, obviously they had to re-sign some tight ends. Um, Offensive tackle, okay. Yeah, that was the big pickup. They're really trying to improve their defense. They made some big moves this week already in signing a 5-year contract, 85 million on Bud Dupree from Pittsburgh. That's a big time move because Bud Dupree was badass in Pittsburgh. So it's going to be big for their defense. And then Jayon Brown, Janoris Jenkins, Denver pretty quiet, but I do know that Philip Lindsay, just saw earlier, Philip Lindsay went to, I believe, the Texans it was. Um, yep. So, of course, running back Mike Boone, new contract for him. They got to strengthen that position. Kansas City got a 1-year deal. Okay, I was going to see, what are they doing with their offensive line? Because they really need to get that juiced up. All right. They got to get Kyle Long, Joe Thuney. There you go. Got to get those guys back. The Raiders, the hell are they doing? Kenyon Drake, 2-year, $11 million. Theo Riddick, John Brown, like Zay Jones, Richie Incognito, Vegas. A crazy team. The Chargers made a huge move with making this dude the highest paid center in the league. Corey Lindsey signed a 5-year, $62.5 million deal for a center. Jared Cook got him a 1-year deal from the Saints. That's a nice little move. I like Jared Cook, man. He's Mr. Consistent there. Nice little professional tight end. I like it. I'm liking the Chargers moves. They're building, man. Dak Prescott becoming the second highest paid quarterback in NFL league history, which I'm like, okay, dude, have you not been watching how Tom Brady has won now 7 Super Bowls? Like, he always takes a bare bones contract so that they can pay the other positions. I get it. At this point, Dallas really just needs defensive help. They need defensive help like you would not believe. So, okay, they got some terms on defensive ends, linebackers, cornerbacks. I just don't. Honestly, that's their weak point. Yo, what up, JJ Bama? John. Very nice. Really, Calvin Johnson. I mean, obviously, I think that's a great investment. Yeah, you could almost lump a guy like Calvin Johnson, into that vintage category. It's not vintage, right, by any means, but it's modern vintage. We could put him in that category. We could put guys like Frank Gore, Adrian Peterson, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, guys like that in the modern vintage category. Hall of Famers. You can now put Julio Jones in that category. Um, Larry Fitzgerald. It's guys like that I think are good investments. Those guys are going to hold value or go up long term. I feel very comfortable spending up for a rare card of one of those guys, like a PSA 9 for $20. If that's a Chrome card, that sounds really like a really good deal, dude. The Giants picked up Mike Glennon. Bird, I was gonna call him Birdman, but Big Bird. Yeah, Mike Glennon kind of reminds me of Big Bird. Devontae Booker, John Ross, Kyle Rudolph, Reggie Ragland. The Eagles, yeah, it's really just beefing up that defense there. They're gonna pick up, I think, The Eagles, we look at where I think they're drafting pretty early as well. See, another reason why I like the Giants. Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. I thought his previous pick was Jalen Waddle, wide receiver. Now it's Devonta Smith. But certainly I think the Giants are going wide receiver first pick. That's going to bring a lot more hype to Danny Dimes as well. So there you go for that. But yeah, Jamar Chase. Dude, Jamar Chase goes to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Watch out, y'all. So I mean, he's gonna get up to Herbert Price levels. So I know his cards are elevated right now, but if you can stomach it, you know, you wanna make I mean, there's a ton of Jalen Hurts fans. Like, there's dudes that I know that are paying up big time for Jalen Hurts right now. They pretty much they'll put their max bet on a bid high, so the fact that they win it, you know. Oh yeah, I heard rumors of Adrian Peterson coming to Tampa. You know, because we haven't re-signed Leonard Fournette yet. We don't know what's going to happen with Fournette. Matt could be special, but hard to tell. And this is coming from a very big Alabama fan, as you can see here. Oh, dude. If we could get Najee Harris, that would be insane. I don't think he's going to slip. You think Najee Harris is going to slip that much? That would be, dude, that would be sick. That would be sick. The Bears picked up Andy Dalton, re-signed Allen Robinson. He got the franchise tag. So they gave him an extra year to negotiate that contract. Of course, we know Jared Goff to the Lions. Jamal Williams. This was another big deal. A lot of guys reach out to me like, oh, man, I invested a ton in A.J. Dillon. And Jamal Williams signed with the Lions. And Aaron Jones re-signed with Green Bay. What is that going to do for my A.J. Dillon stock? And I don't think it's going to be that terrible. I do think it hurts it, right? Because Aaron Jones is electric. He has the capability to be electric in all facets of the game. But when you look at Aaron Jones player profile versus A.J. Dillon, it's just a totally different player, right? I mean, Aaron Jones is more of a wiry, elusive. He's more of an Alvin Kamara style of player. And I'm curious to see, okay, best comparable Christian McCaffrey, which is obviously very good for Aaron Jones. I think that's a very favorable comparable there. But he's 5'9", 208. He doesn't exactly have the 40-yard dash or the speed score that Christian McCaffrey has. But the burst is there, the agility, and the skills in the receiving category. College target share, 91st percentile. That's awesome. College yards per carry, 96 percentile, 7.7. College dominator, 96 percentile, 47% of his offensive production, of his team's offensive production in college was Aaron Jones. And let's look at A.J. Dillon. I think it's going to be very complimentary. And Aaron Jones, now at 26 years old, like Christian McCaffrey, started to crack a little bit in 2020. We saw Aaron Jones succumb to injury there at the end of the season. Enter in A.J. Dillon in the snow game, trucking over people, looking like a beast. Same thing with Christian McCaffrey, but it happened in week 2. Christian McCaffrey suffered several injuries. The first one, that high ankle sprain, and then he came back and like hurt his shoulder, was out again. And so it was like, Mike Davis pretty much run the show there for the majority of the year in Carolina. When you look at A.J. Dillon, 6 foot, 247 pounds, y'all. 97 percentile speed score, 97 percentile burst. That's a big man. That dude has got some thick legs, more of a Saquon Barkley, but taller size dude. College dominator, nice and high, 81st percentile, but the yards per carry, not as great. And the target share, not nearly as great, which, that's the knock on him. He's more of like a Ronald Jones style running back where you want to hand it off to him first, second down, utilize Aaron Jones third, fourth, but he's got the athletic ability to break off, some crazy Bronco Nagurski style runs where he's just trucking people from 30 yards out, trucks 3 people to get into the end zone, and people are like, "That's a guy. I want that guy's rookie card." He's 23 years old, So I still think you're okay with his rookie card. Talking about, yeah, yeah, we're just so. Then we talked about Green Bay. That's the move they made. Let's check real quick. Let's see what Justin Jefferson. We can do that comparable here. We're on the Vikings. Huge shout out. Thank you to everybody who joined tonight. I do want to, Nicholas Shaw, what's going on, brother? I want to give a shout out to a couple new subscribers in the community. Dude, you guys kick ass, man. Without you guys, there would be no me. So I can't thank you guys enough. Shout out to Troy Peterson, new subscriber, talking about the last breakdown. He was talking about how he targets PSA 9s and 10s. Some great feedback I'm going to highlight in the upcoming video. Just want to shout him out. Stephen Washington, shout out to him. Flea Market Mixtape, shout out. Martin K, he's over in the UK, so he doesn't get to watch our live stream, but he is watching the next day. Shout out to Martin. Danny W, he was the guy who told me, and he's been a subscriber forever now. Danny W, he's got the Pittsburgh Steelers profile icon. He loaded up on AJ Dillon. I think you'll be okay, Danny. Yo Mama So Fat 1 and LAG, dude, he is ready to go deep on football. Let's go. You guys see the sign behind me. I really do think there's still a lot of value out in the marketplace as we're looking tonight, Base Donruss, Justin Jefferson, $50. So, boom. That's an extra 10 elevation over CeeDee Lamb. You can see that right there. Patrick Peterson, David Moore, Panthers. It's going to be interesting to see what the Panthers do in the draft. Who are they looking to take? Trey Lance. Trey Lance is another guy that's like Jalen Hurts. Trey Lance has got incredible athletic ability. This dude's going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. 6'4", 226. I wish we had better athletic metrics because I'm a very numbers-oriented person, very statistical person. So in this case, what I do is I come down here and I actually study his film. I look at his highlight clip to kind of get a feel of what kind of player he is. But he's being projected to being picked by the Panthers. But you can see them strengthening their offensive line, their guards. I like DJ Moore as a buy low guy if he's still low. I heard somebody else, I wish I could invest more in Robbie Anderson. I think Robbie Anderson's a good. Wow, is it base paper, $1.85, Starstock, PSA 10, $16.50. DJ Moore's an incredible athlete. I think that I'm okay paying $10 for his premier level select. Optics, $9.50. Silvers. I bought so much DJ. Like, we can go look at DJ Moore and then click on him. Yeah, so I've got 1A, 1B there. Oops. Yeah, that's the concern, Nicholas. That's the concern, and that's kind of an area where fantasy football is like, yeah, Trey Lance is great. We want Trey Lance. He's going to get the yards on the ground, whether he completes the passes or not. He's going to get the rushing yards, the rushing touchdowns. But for somebody that we really want to invest in that rookie card, we want him to have that all-purpose skill set. We want him to become the face of that team. Like we want him to be when people talk about the Panthers, you can't mention the Panthers without mentioning Trey Lance kind of deal. And that's how you get the biggest impact on the rookie cards, right? I mean, Jameis Winston, prime example. Right now, you can't talk about the Saints without talking about Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, or Michael Thomas. You just can't, you know? And same. It's same thing with every team in the NFL. So, you know, I think he's going to have hype just based on the fact that that's very similar to Jalen Hurts. You know, wasn't terrible deep ball accuracy, but it wasn't great either. Wasn't Justin Herbert great? You know, so I think he'll still have hype. I think he'll still have hype in that situation. But if he can't complete passes deep and he can't complete the intermediate passes, I don't know that they'll start him. I mean, because look at the division that they're in. They play us, they play the Saints, and they play the Falcons twice per year. That's their main opponents, and they're going to be forced to pass the ball a lot. So you're gonna have to. I mean, because dude, we shut down mobile quarterbacks. We re-signed Shaq Barrett, and we got Levante David back. We just got to figure a way to get Sue back, and I think that's pretty much it on our defense. I would love for us to figure out a way to get Fournette back. Yeah, Carolina is projected to draft Lance, Sean. Panthers, number 8, Trey Lance. Meh. I need to look at some mocks. Well, Sean, this dude has been voted the most accurate mock drafter last 3 years in a row. This is Scott Smith, and he was personally recommended to me from my buddy who professionally covers college football. And so I trust his opinion. And you can search this. Search Scott Smith 2021 draft. It'll come up, but it's actionnetwork.com. And look at his 20. This is his second revision, too. The Falcons at 4. The Falcons are predicted to take Justin Fields. Now, are they gonna move on from Matt Ryan? Man, I find that very hard to believe, but could. I mean, Matt Ryan's getting up there, right? He's only a couple of years younger than Drew Brees. Yeah, so we talked about the Saints, Jameis Winston. We saw his prices up big time. Talked about the Bucks, got the franchise tag. We got Gronk back. Told you Shaq, Levante. Got our kicker. Suckup was clutch, man. Suckup was clutch. He sucked up to the ownership, coaching. Did good job, man. Just make kicks. That's all you have to do, brother. AJ Green, that was a big deal. I want to see if AJ Green had any type of movement on here. I bet you he had some movement on Starstock because I saw Starstock tweet about AJ Green. They've been kind of active in tweeting about the movements and showing what's available on their website. Why wouldn't you, right? I may have some of these. No, I don't have any of these. I'm gonna look at the chart. This is Topps Chrome. Oh yeah, dude, look. Friggin' his Starstock A wasn't even selling in September. I don't know whether it didn't have any or not, but that could just be an anomaly, right? Just based on supply and demand. But look at that. From beginning of September to now, it's higher than that. And the Starstock A's are at $8. So yeah, this is how fluid the football card market is. A guy that was all but washed up, looked like he was doing everything he could to avoid his knees from just, I don't know how many titanium plates he's got on his legs and his knees, but I mean, I love AJ Green, but he's getting up there, man. He did not have any kind of zip in his step last year at all from what I saw. Every game I watched, it was all T. Higgins. I mean, like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd were pretty much the dudes in that offense. Yeah, he made some catches. He still runs routes like Larry Fitzgerald, still running around out there, but at 75% of their 26-year-old selves, you know? Nice, nice, nice. Nice, Connor. Very nice, dude. That's a great little tidbit there. You can do that. Let me go back and see who else. So we saw an uptick, right? So anybody that's going to be paired now in that Cardinals offense with Kyler Murray, now J.J. Watt's there. You got A.J. Green there. Larry Fitzgerald, I'm sure he's still playing. Probably going to play again. They even have any Larry Fitzgerald on here? Like I would. Hey, they do. 2004, man. That's the Ryan Fitzpatrick. Speaking of Ryan Fitzpatrick, where did Ryan Fitzpatrick? He made a big move. Um, yeah, 49ers haven't really done a whole lot of strengthen defense, offensive line. It was yeah, that was big news too. That Seattle Seahawks re-signed Chris Carson. All in on Kyler. Son of his guy. Like Higgins. Yeah, I'm not. No, dude, I'm not sold on AJ Green. I invested in him last year. Yeah, never again. Like the same thing. You draft him in fantasy. I drafted him in fantasy. Never again. I'm not buying his root cards. I didn't draft him in fantasy. Right? I'm not gonna do it again. I mean the Cardinals. No, I mean he's gonna be a decoy if anything. He catch the occasional pass. Still gonna be DeAndre Hopkins show. Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella, super fast dudes. Should I wait for Jonathan? Yo, what's up, Angel? Should I wait for Jonathan Taylor price to go down or buy now? Let's look at Jonathan Taylor real quick. Obviously, right? Marlon Mack signed a 1-year deal there, but Jonathan Taylor is still the RB1. Big time emerging. I don't know. I showed you guys Jonathan Taylor athletic profile before, but it's very good. It's Adrian Peterson level good. Dude's stud, right? Mosaic $9. Angel, I would skip straight over the Mosaic. You're looking, depending on what your budget is, Jonathan Taylor, Prism, what I meant to say, Prism rookie card is at $20. Look at the chart. I mean, I would like to get it. I would like to get it a little lower for sure. I mean, I bet you can find these on eBay for $10. You know, in that sense, then I would start looking at, spending up on maybe a National Treasures. But they're coming out. It's going to be so new. There's going to be too much hype around that product. I'd stay away from that. I'd be targeting the Optic, the Prism, the base Donruss. Maybe you can find yourself an autograph base Donruss for like $20 to $30. I think that's an awesome buy. Look at the athletic profile, guys. So, yeah, I mean, if you're buying Jonathan Taylor, the base Donruss, because this is the most amount of transactions they're going to have. Whoa, somebody's got a lot of bees, Starstock bees. I've got 18. Look at that chart. Okay, now we have activity all the way back to November. I was buying here, flipped a lot of A's, sold all those on this uptick on the run in the playoffs. Now we're here. Yeah, man. I mean, look at that, because when he starts breaking out, going crazy, I like where this chart's at. That's still a buy low. Attention is elsewhere. I found that attention right now is not so much on the running backs because, right, quarterbacks first and foremost when it comes to card because of the signal caller, they touch the ball so much. And then it goes to wide receivers, that flashy deep ball, can making crazy catches. So there's those big highlights around there. And then it's running back. But if the running back is generational, like Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, we go back in the day talking about guys like Bronco Nagurski, Walter Payton, all the way up the line, right? If they show that generational talent, then they can be valued at or ahead of the wide receiver. They just need to show that they have the all-purpose skill set and they're a generational talent. That running back value starts to take off even more so than the wide receiver that gets the occasional deep ball, flashy yards after the catch kind of play. And Jonathan Taylor has the athletic profile to make that happen. So these card prices, if you can get them for around $5 based on risk, yeah, I like. Mary Lou, Rhett, and Wheaties boxes. Where is that? Who's buying Wheaties box? Yo, come on, what's your move? Oh, I see. Thank you, comeback card investor. What's up, Brad? How you doing, man? Cheers to you. I appreciate you jumping in on the tail end of this live stream. It's been action packed, man. I feel like I've focused on a lot of the free agent transitions, the moves that we've had, and how that's impacted rookie cards of surrounding guys, the quarterbacks. Like I said, guys, right now, hyper focus in the football card market is on quarterbacks first and foremost. They're the most sensitive to price increases or decreases. And for as a matter of fact, just because of the Deshaun Watson allegations and news, I was actually thinking of accepting this offer because what if? Like I don't believe that it's true, right? But what if it is true? I had some pretty incredible offers for at least right here. So I paid $55 for this card back in October. This is double my money. It's double my money. Now I think that it could go here. I should probably go ahead and take this, double my money, and get out of it. Just in the off chance that he is convicted guilty of any of these, that's going to totally tarnish his reputation. He may not even be able to play in the NFL anymore, right? I mean, these are civil lawsuits, so I don't think it could happen, but no other team's going to want to pick him up if he's got all this baggage with him. And that's kind of the conspiracy behind this whole thing. What do you guys think? Should I accept it? Chris Johnson says latest news is bad. I saw it. It was like up to 12 people. Hey guys, Geo Will 11. They make for a great backdrop and source of food in case hell freezes over. Oh, he's going back to the Wheaties boxes. Yeah, right. I'm gonna sell it. Boom! Wayne Bragebridge goes sell it. Sold. Sold. So now we can pop over to my sold tab. She'll be able to see that guy there. Deshaun Watson, PSA 9. Bought for 55, sold for 110. That's double. Now we got 197 in the account. Now we could go to the marketplace and divulge into whoever we want. And one thing I thought was interesting, you could share your collection publicly on here. I'll have to look into how you do that. JJ, man. Brad coming with the witty jokes. Deshaun's lawsuits are climbing quicker than COVID cases reported a year ago. Yes. year ago. Luckily, COVID's actually going down. That's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kyler Murray's getting up there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What is the Kyler Murray PSA? $95. Hey Wayne, what's up, man? I appreciate that question. What's your opinion on second year cards or third year cards? You got to be a little bit more creative and you got to be a little bit more entrepreneurial to sell these. You're certainly not going to sell them on Starstock. I think a good strategy around second year and third year cards are to target quarterbacks, right? Quarterbacks or super, super elite wide receivers or running backs. Got to be generational talents. We're talking generational talents. Go down the list. Go to Hall of Fame probability. Look at generational talents, wide receiver, running backs, the Jerry Rices, the Walter Paytons, those kind of guys have demands for their second, third year card. I think a good strategy is if you can find them on Beckett Marketplace or eBay for very cheap compared to what they're selling in peak times. And you can get a sense for that. Like the way I got a sense for that for Walter Payton was I went to ComC.com, looked at his sales history chart on ComC because they go back so many years and it shows the best sale date of any one best sale, and that was the beginning of September. I'm like, wait a minute, vintage football cards is spiking in the beginning of September as well. What kind of makes sense is the hype for football cards as a whole goes up, so second and third year cards are going to go up because as a first year rookie card moves out of an investor's price range, they're going to go after the second year card. And I noticed this with super elite guys that were very expensive. You know, we're talking Kyler Murray is a good example, or Josh Allen now is a good example. Dak Prescott was a good example at the beginning of last season. And their second year cards have demand. And you could even target a second year card or a third year card that's very rare, maybe a numbered or a serial numbered or an RPA version of that card from one of these premium sets like Prism, Select, National Treasures, Immaculate. Get that second or third year card for very cheap. Hype goes up in general for football cards. Then you're able to flip that card, 2x your money. I think you very well could do that. Second year and third year cards are going to come at a lower price range. Try that out. I saw it happen last year because I bought a bunch of Dak Prescott second year cards and I saw that I could have flipped them. I'm still actually holding them, and what I'm going to do is sell them at the beginning of this football season this year because his rookie card is going to be. Think about it. Even his base Prism rookie card, because that year all their bases were silvers. That card's going to be over $100 easy, guaranteed, right? So I could sell his second year card as a lot, right? Get a lot of them and sell them as a lot. Second year, it's still a Prism, and I think that there's guys that would pay $5-10 for that card just to have it in the collection, that kind of thing. Hey Darren, yeah, I have run that promote. I have run a promotion on ComC a couple times. Yeah, it's effective, especially if you have a lot of inventory. I actually don't have nearly as much inventory as I used to, although that may change in the coming months. Um, I've been looking at ComC a lot more, and I am going to be doing a live stream soon where I focus, like we did tonight, but on ComC. And I do have run that ComC, and it is effective, yeah, because you can discount all your cards in your inventory. If you have them priced right and it makes sense, you really want to start moving some stuff, people will jump on it. I saw cards every time I run one of those promotions with a minimal size inventory. Yo, what's up, Sharp Hobbies? That PSA 10 Murray for 7, and that's the one I got for 120 and sent through Starstock to get graded and got a 10. Nice. You're one of those 40%, man. Nice. He said, which Murray? He's talking about Kyler Murray. That one right there. $7.99. All right, guys. You guys have been great. Run almost an hour and a half, and I told myself I want to keep this watchable for all our friends overseas and everybody that tunes in tomorrow and the next several days. So I'm going to cut it here. Wayne coming with great questions, though, because Wayne, they don't carry the nostalgia. They don't carry the long tenured logo that Rated Rookie carries, and there can only be so many sets that are held in esteem value. And there's a lot of Mosaic, right? Sold in retail, sold in hobby, a lot of Mosaic, tons of parallels, even more, probably more so than Prism. And they had the Donruss come out, then you have Prism come out, then you have Optic come out, then you have Select, and then National Treasures, then Immaculate. People want those sets over Mosaic. One day, I think Mosaic is going to have some pretty decent collection value, especially the 2020 because it's the first year. But it's a new set in 2020. A lot of people don't have the conviction in it yet, and for good reason. It doesn't have a Rated Rookie logo. It doesn't have a Prism logo. All it's got is a Panini logo and a weird M logo, which a lot of people aren't familiar with. The only thing it's got going for it is it's shiny, right? Late to the party. No, you don't need to sell Sharp because I think you're going to have no problem selling that in September. And I know you're chilling, bro. It's good stuff. Yeah, guys. I appreciate all you guys. Stay tuned to the quest. I will see you guys in the next video. Monday next video. I've been on spring break this week with the kids. Took vacation myself. It's been great. The beach was nice. We had a good time. Made it out there. But went to Bel Air Beach. It was nice, guys. It was nice. It was a little overcast that day. But it's been a really nice week with the family. And so I will see you guys again on Monday. And then we're going to have another live stream next Thursday night with none other than Ziggy No. He wants to talk about the final set of products being released here for NFL for the 2020 season. And he also wants to talk about the draft. So I can't wait to have Ziggy on the channel next Thursday night live again. And of course, from me, you'll have a new video on Monday, y'all. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you so much again. And I will talk to you guys then. All right. Peace. I just realized I forgot to do, well, I said like halfway through I was going to do a giveaway. Let's just double it up. Double or nothing. I know you guys are going to be there next Thursday night. So we'll just double it up and we'll do a double size giveaway on Thursday night. Boom. Solved. Time for me to go get some cookies.